in the moment of joy, moment of happiness, that Am Yisrael is having the inauguration, so to speak, of the Mishkan, suddenly we have a terrible tragedy. The tragedy of Shnei Bnei Aaron, the two sons of Aaron that passed away, Bekurvatam Lifnei Hashem Vayamutu. Yesterday we spoke about what's Bekurvatam Lifnei Hashem. Usually if they made a scene, right, so they're not karov. Kurvatam is Menachem also, right, being close. So Bekurvatam Lifnei Hashem means to be close. You're not close. If you made a scene, if the two sons of Aaron made a scene, so they were not close. It's not Bekurvatam Lifnei Hashem. And why the pasuk says Bekurvatam Lifnei Hashem Vayamutu? And because they were karov LaHashem, that's why they died. That was our question yesterday, and we explained that throughout the midat hadin, sometimes that a person passes through, okay, a person is getting closer to Borei Olam. That was one of the explanations that we mentioned yesterday. But today I would like to touch one more point that I think has a lot of musar skill. My dear friends, Borei Olam couldn't wait a little bit more. You're in the middle of the simcha. Just imagine after so long, right? Ami said they were waiting and waiting that the Shekhinah will come down, and the Shekhinah is not coming down, right? Until finally, Borei Olam accepted Moshe and Aaron's action and prayer, and then the Shekhinah came down to the Mishkan. Beautiful. Everybody's full of joy, full of happiness. In the middle of the happiness, a tragedy. Why Borei Olam needed to put the tragedy in the middle of the happiness? You want to take Shnei Bnei Aaron, wait until the party will be over, and then take them out. By the way, I heard from somebody in Eretz Yisrael, Chacham Meir Mazuz passed away. They're actually finishing the Shiva now. Chacham Meir Mazuz passed away a week ago. Yud Gimel Nisan was his real birthday, the birthday of 80 years old. So the daughter, the rabbi was living by the daughter. The daughter brought some family members and some clothes, Talmidei Chachamim, right, and students to come over to the house to do a small whatever, to get berachot from the rabbi. Very good. She says that she sees the face of her father shining. So she asked the father, how about your face is different? Your face is completely different. What's happening? I understand you're happy, Baruch Hashem, it's 80 years old, but why? And the father said, that face is because I get to the end of my life. But he said, not to cause tsar to Am Yisrael, it's not going to be before Pesach. That was, again, you can ask more details to the family, that's what I heard. Okay, but Kiviyachol, we see the concept that sometimes, not sometimes, it's better not to ruin the simcha. Right? Push the tsar and the evel for after the moment of joy, and don't take the sons of Aaron right at the middle of the simcha. So why HaKadosh Baruch Hu did this? So one explanation that I heard is that the moment of the Mishkan was the foundation of Am Yisrael. The foundation where Borei Olam brings down the Shekhinah. Like any constructor knows that whenever you want to build a great building, and we have over here a professional, right? The most important thing is the what? The foundation. If the foundation is not good enough, not strong enough, whatever you're going to build on top, it's going to fall. So Kiviyachol Borei Olam was makpid so much at the moment of the foundation. You're building the Mishkan that is the foundation for the connection between the Shekhinah, Borei Olam, and Am Yisrael has to be the best way possible. And if it's not the best way possible, you cannot do it. That's one explanation. So I want to go with you, maybe a different type of answer. There is a pasuk that says, Moshcheni acharecha narutza. Moshcheni acharecha narutza. Pasuk Yishir Hashirim. I'm going to be saying it today. Moshcheni acharecha narutza, which means Borei Olam, pull me, grab me, Moshcheni acharecha narutza, and we will run after you. Now it sounds weird. Now if I have to pull you, it means that you're not running towards me. I have to bring you to me. So we ask from Borei Olam, Moshcheni, pull me out, and then acharecha narutza. And then what will happen? We will run after you by our own. What's this contradiction? Chazal is saying those are the days in between Yetziat Mitzrayim and Shavuot, the days of Sefirat HaOmer. On Yetziat Mitzrayim, Borei Olam needed to grab us out. Like we all know, 20% only of Am Yisrael left. The majority didn't even want to leave Mitzrayim. Borei Olam needed to grab them out. Moshcheni. He took Am Yisrael out from Egypt. Then what happened? Now that you took us out, we have those days, Acharecha Narutza. We're running after you. We're running after you. But why has to be that order? Chazal is saying that in Avodat Hashem, that's an interesting point. In Avodat Hashem, Itlavut, which means enthusiasm, it's needed. But when there is no limits to the enthusiasm, a person can make terrible mistakes. Kivyachol, if there is only love and the push and action, and Chaz v'Shalom, you can get into certain actions that are not proper. Shnei Bnei Aharon, that's where they unfortunately fell. They had such an enthusiasm and itlavut that unfortunately that itlavut took them to a different path, to do things that Borei Olam didn't ask. Which means there is a need of a balance, also Moshcheni and also Narutza. And that's why in the middle of the Simcha, that there is a lot of itlavut. If the itlavut, if this enthusiasm doesn't come with the proper boundaries, Chaz v'Shalom, we can get to do actions that are not okay. Chaz v'Shalom, to go against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why these days of Sefirat HaOmer are days that happen exactly the same thing. Originally, Sefirat HaOmer are days of joy, are days of happiness. From Shavuot from Pesach until Shavuot, those are days of joy, right? And what happened right in the middle of Sefirat HaOmer, or at least at the beginning, throughout most of Sefirat HaOmer, 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva passed away. Again, we come with the same question. You have joy, in the middle of the joy to bring sadness? That's exactly the point. These days are days of kirva, to get closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. To be able to get close, you have to have a balance. Each one of these days of Sefirat HaOmer, it's a balance. Balance from one hand to increase our Ahavat Hashem, to increase our kirva to Borei Olam, but at the same time, a balance to do the things properly with kavod, with derech eretz, with yirat shamayim. If you don't have the balance, you can fall. I'll just finish with this. I heard yesterday was Yom HaShoah. And this Yom HaShoah was very, very touching, because a lot of Yehudim that were hostage by Hamas, and Baruch Hashem got released, they all travel for the March of the Living. And there was a moment that for me was one of the 12 moments that happened in the March of the Living. There was this girl, Agam Berger, that she became very famous, right? The girl that was released, and she wrote down, B'derech emunah b'charti, I choose the path of emunah. She also traveled to Poland for the March of the Living. And there is a picture where you see her with a lady. I don't know the age of that lady. She's a Holocaust survivor. And these two are hugging. And the lady said that the reason why she was able to go out from that terrible tragedy of the Holocaust was because she never gave up, and she always had the hope that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to save her. Kivyachol, these two women, with such a difference in age, right? They came with the same path, the same idea. Bederech emunah b'charti. Whenever we have our path in Avodat Hashem, we understand that we have our emunah, we have our Torah, and we have the proper balance in our Avodat Hashem. Then Be'ezrat Hashem will see the Yeshua. Just Be'ezrat Hashem, that will be for our next time. I will tell you a beautiful story that I heard. But Be'ezrat Hashem, what? Anytime. Okay, Be'ezrat Hashem. Okay. Okay, instead of the story, I tell you this. You know, there was a video that was published yesterday about a French Jew. This French Jew said the following. He said, throughout the Holocaust, we lost 30% of the Jewish nation. 30% of the Jewish nation were lost during the Holocaust, if not more. But then he said that since the Holocaust until today, in his family, he have lost more than 90% of his family. Losing how? He says most of this family got assimilated to Goyim. Most of the family. And he said even those that didn't marry the Goyim, they ended up lost as well. And the only one in that chain of the family that remained was him and his family, his close family, his wife and his kids. And he said, why? Because Baruch Hashem, I had the siyata d'ishmaya to follow the path of Torah. Once the one who is following, who is giving you the path, is Avodat Hashem and Torah and Yirat Shamayim, then you're protected, that for sure the chain of Judaism will continue for the next generation as well. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Abraham Azancot אומר, נצא הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיך, כי בא להם תורה ומצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו.